Good. You guys had a great conference so far? Would you give the meeting planners and all the folks who put a hard work into this a hand clap? We think how easy to do. I know I put a lot of them on myself. And I just know that there's a lot of work that goes into it, time and energy and things of that nature. So, but I promise you I won't keep you long today because, to be honest with you, it's not because I just want to do a short speech, but the Philadelphia Eagles are playing tonight. Yeah! You guys need some help. You need deliverance if you're not an Eagles fan. You know, you need to be delivered. You need assistance. And you know, and for those of you who are Eagles fans, you know that tonight Andy Reid is coming back from the Kansas City Chiefs. He was our coach for the last 14 years. And so we got some heckling to do. We Eagles fans are crazy. I just want to let y'all know that. You know, we holler at television sets like they can hear us on the other side. We do. You know, I remember Michael Vick made a bad play one time. I said, Michael, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about, Michael? I shouldn't say that because we're in Virginia, right? Y'all and Michael Vick. Michael, what are you thinking about? And I tell you, I swear, it looked like he looked at me in the camera like, me, I got this, man. That's why I said, like, I don't know you hear me. Motivation. And how many of you know sometimes we all can use a little motivation from time to time? We all can use it. Now, the motivation that I'm talking about is the motivation that stems from the word motive. You may want to write this down. A lot of people don't know this because you hear motivation and people think that motivation itself is just this flighty term and rah, rah, rah. And it's fun, it's nice. But motivation, there's a psychology behind it. And motivation itself stems from the word motive. And a motive is an inner state that's driven towards a goal. So when a person has a motive, the motive itself becomes motivational. That's where you get motivation from. But you can't get motivation unless you have a motive. In other words, why do I do what I do? You know, I've worked with, I mentioned youth, but also adults in workforce development, and I always share with them, you know, if you don't have a motive, if you don't understand why you want to do this, then you won't be motivated. You know, when I was a kid, I was in poverty, abject poverty. Anybody would grow up like me? Let's be honest. Let's tell you know, we've got about 3 people here. That's right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I grew up in abject poverty in Syracuse, New York. And I'm gonna tell you something. People say, what was it that caused you to work so hard? It caused you to, you know, put your best foot forward to achieve what it is you want to achieve. And you know what I tell people all the time? I did not like living in poverty. That ain't rocket science. When I thought rocket science, I just didn't like living in poverty. You know, I would look on TV and watch the television shows, and you hear people say that, you know, I live in this home and live in the car. You know what I want, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna tell you, I'm a real simple kind of guy. You know what I really wanted? I wanted a backyard and I wanted a garage. Because I used to think it was so cool that people had garages. And I said, especially those ones when you hit the button and the garage goes up. I said, my goodness, that's awesome right there. So, that's what I have now. A backyard, and I have a button for that garage. So sometimes I stand out in front of my house and just go, yeah. People like, is he lost his mind? I look and say, yeah. You have no idea. Workforce development, and a lot of them that are challenged with some of the things that they're, you know what I realize is that we have to understand that unless we can help to get that motive, the why do I want to do what I want to do, it's very difficult and challenging to have that motivation. So I want to provide motive because we need to have motive in what we do on a day-to-day basis. What inspires us to go out after attending this week's conference and gathering all this information, how we going to go back and do what we do more effectively. You see? So motive. But motive also has the word ation in there, which means motivation. In other words, action to the motive. Because a motive, again, is an inner state that's driven towards a goal. So the goal needs to be internalized, and this is what I'm trying to accomplish, so that motive motivates me every day. People say, are you motivated every day? I said, yes, I'm motivated every day. They said, just because you're a motivational speaker? I said, no, because I have a motive. I love what I do. Give yourself a hand clap if you love what you do. You know what you do when you make a lot of sense. I love what I do. You like to see, tell me, I love this. Because this is my passion. This is what I'm passionate about. And that becomes the motive, you see, for what I do on a day-to-day basis. You see, but also with motive, you have motivation, but you also want to give you some information. Because I was saying that's really powerful. You can write this one down. If you use it, you got to give Coach D credit. Don't try to steal my stuff, right? I'm trying to steal it. And this is what I want. That's a motivation without information. It's simply a good conversation. One time, and this is, how many of you recognize this guy? Anybody know who this picture of this guy is? Who is it? That's Bill Russell. Oh, 3 hands on him. How can you not know Bill Russell? Come on, y'all. Come on, you gotta know Bill Russell. And so I was at an event speaking with Bill Russell. And so I said, Mr. Russell, I have a question to ask you. I said, how does an individual team win 11 NBA championships? We getting all caught up on Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, who won 5 and 6 respectively, but this man won 11. And this is what he said to me. He said, Coach D, I said, the reason why we won 11 NBA championships is because we believed that we could win 11 NBA championships. We had the right mindset. And he said, secondly, he said, Coach, all the players during my generation were individual players. Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor. He said, they all did great individual exploits. But the Boston Celtics, we were a team. And no one could beat that team. Get somebody a high five and tell them it takes teamwork to make the dream work, baby. Come on, I'm going to tell them it takes teamwork to make the dream work, baby. I'm the coach. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to coach you. I'm looking down his eyes. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. See, they were trying to win individual exploits, and he was trying to win championships. They were teams. And that's what it takes when even in our work we do on a day-to-day basis. We shouldn't be flying solo. We should be working together and trying to accomplish the goals that we have and helping our clients achieve their goals. We're going to act like they understand what I mean. We should be operating on